Hey everyone, this is Clueless Economist back today with an interview with TaccoHD. This is the second in what is hopefully a long series for interviews, and let's actually just jump right into this. Taco, do you just want to introduce yourself real quick for anyone that might not know you, either live on stream or YouTube in the future?
Yeah, sure. So, hey guys, how's it going? I am Taco. As most of you probably already know that. You've probably seen me in loads of streams around and YouTube videos around and stuff like that. I'm another streamer, YouTuber, content creator for Raid Shadow Legends. Um, I have recently just taken a break, but people want me back, so it looks like I'm coming back. And yeah, that's basically it, really.
So how long have you been playing Raid, making content Raid for Raid, like just being around in the communities in Raid?
Being around in the communities, I've been around for quite some time. So, in actual fact, there's a funny story to that. So, Mr. Hades himself, if he's still in the chat, he'll be able to confirm this. Me and him were going back and forth when he was sat at 2,000, 3,000 subscribers. And I was saying to Hades, like, look, you're about to blow up. And he was like, no, no, no. And then, like, 2 weeks later, I messaged him saying, congrats on 10K subscribers. And then 2 weeks after that, congrats on 15K. So I've been around since the get go, at least when Hades started in the community. Um, I've been playing Raid since the Foley Fusion. I don't know how long that is. I think it's around 13 months or something like that. So I missed the Sir Nick one, and I started on the Foley Fusion. Um, yeah, so a long time, a long time, and obviously since I've been in the community, I've been supporting everyone who I physically can as well. The likes of Fixian, Saffron, Coldbrew, Hades, Zuzu, everyone I physically can, I'll be there to support, even if it's just that I'm just sitting in their stream chatting with them. Uh, yeah,
Yeah, that's one of the reasons that I wanted to do this with you tonight, Taco. Is I've seen or heard of you in so many different streams, and I hear you get shout outs, just as a community member in YouTube videos all the time.
yeah.
So I guess one question I have for you is, what makes the raid community so unique that you want to be, in it basically as much as you have?
Well, the raid community is probably the best community I've ever been a part of personally. Um, there's no sort of hatred towards one another. Everyone's helping each other. We're all, we all just raid each other, go through the flow, let the viewers pass on to another person, and then another person, another person. There's not one point where the train actually sort of stops. Obviously viewers drop off and whatnot because viewers are with their own viewers and communities and what have you. But generally speaking, everyone supports each other throughout, whether it be on YouTube, Twitch, or even just in the game, in the Discord servers and stuff like that. Everybody in the Discord servers are really active, helping each other all the time, whether it be the next 60 that they want or they want a clan boss. Obviously we've got things like Deadwood Jedi's calculators and stuff like that. I've never seen a community like it personally.
So, I mean, you obviously consume a lot of raid content, and recently you've produced a lot yourself as well. What keeps you coming back?
Um, well, just the community really. How nice the community is. You always want to be coming back to make them feel like them. Well, it's hard to explain really. Um, yeah, it's very hard to explain.
Yeah, I mean that's
I might have
just
to think on that one for a couple of minutes.
yeah, that's fair. Like that's just kind of the view I've gotten from most everyone that I've interacted with is, not everyone agrees with what Plarium does. Not everyone agrees, with some of the directions the game has gone. But I think everyone has agreed that it is the community that keeps everyone going on this game.
It is. It is.
So, um, obviously we would wish that some things were different, but I think that there is quite a lot good going on. Which actually is something interesting that I think you might be able to talk to because you said, in the different streams and Discord communities and stuff like that. Well, there are a lot of different smaller communities in Raid. With like I said, the clans, content creators chats, Discords, Reddit, even. So to you, do they feel basically the same, or do you kind of get a different sense of like the atmospheres in these different communities?
No, so there's a different atmosphere pretty much every Discord server you go to. So if you were to go to Fiction's Discord server, raidfocus.com, and then you were to go to TaccoHD server, and then you were to go to my server, you'll see it'll be completely different. People are talking about different things. People talking about like, yeah, just completely different things. But the atmosphere is completely different per Discord server. But it all remains in a positive way. Within all these Discord servers, there's not really many negative things that actually come about because everybody wants to help one another all the time. I mean, yeah, like you said, there's things going on in the game which people aren't happy with and what have you, but generally speaking, the community is just one.
Right. And that, I mean, I don't know about you, but I've not experienced that in any of the other games or communities I've been a part of.
No, I haven't either. That's what makes this community unique.
Um, and then just the uniqueness of the community aside, you're kind of in a different position than most people that are creating or consuming content, just because you are such a prominent, I guess, community member and viewer as well as creating content. And I guess a question I have for you is, how has creating content yourself changed how you look at other content creators and then the communities that get created with them?
Well, in terms of the content creators, there's a lot of respect that go to them because there's a hell of a lot of work that goes into pushing out these videos on a daily basis, especially with the game being lackluster as it is at the moment. Pushing out content every day, uh, in El Hades' instance, 2 times a day, is it's mental when you think about it. But the amount of work that does go into it, going into the editing, going into even making things like the thumbnails, is I have a lot of respect for all of the content creators within this community for sure, and the community in a whole. Because the community obviously support these content creators because they know the amount of effort that we go to produce the videos.
So you yourself had posted, I mean, I'm in your Discord channel, so that's where I saw it, that you were taking a break from content.
Hmm.
Obviously, you had a short stream tonight. Do you want to talk a little bit about why you decided to do that stream tonight? Was there any particular reason for that?
Well, once I put that post in my Discord, essentially there was a lot of people messaging me, whether through DMs, saying like, "Yo, you come back," sort of thing. Like, we know it's tough with the content creation and everything like that, but we don't. They were basically saying to me like, "Look, we don't care about the content and blah blah blah. We want to support you." And again, that's what makes the community so unique the way it is. They want to support the content creators. They're not really bothered about what content you show or what you can and can't do because you've not got this champion or this or this or this. They want to listen to your opinion on the game.
Yeah, and I mean, we see so many different kinds of content creators that succeed in the raid community. Um,
Hmm.
is there Is there anything that you feel is underexplored in terms of content creation? I know that there's not a lot of content from the game point of view, but I know that a lot of your content recently was collaboration with different content creators. I didn't know if you thought that there might be an area that if you had more time, you would have explored a little more.
So yeah, what I started to do before obviously the break and everything was, as you said, collab with other YouTubers or do the like account overview sort of thing. I know Incredible John touched base on the crazy account review series that he had going on, but he was more focused on the community accounts. So I thought, well, we everybody sees all of our accounts on streams and they're saying like, wow, that's amazing and blah blah blah, but they don't get to see the full picture. Don't get to see the full ins and outs, what the dragon runs can do, what the spider runs can do, and stuff like that. So I thought doing a series on that, like every single content creator in the program, um, would be good for the community to sort of see everybody's opinion on their own accounts, everybody's opinion on what they can do to improve their accounts. So a good one for me was BGE, the free to play king,
Right.
um, because obviously his perspective is completely different to everyone else's. Because he's been free to play throughout the thing, throughout the whole game, basically.
Yeah, he's
And
been
to see
playing
that he,
basically forever. Yeah.
yeah, and to see that he's still plodding along, he's still enjoying the game as well, which I was amazed, to be honest with you, because if I was free to play for 10 days, I'd probably get bored. So yeah, and another one obviously is Manable Gaming, because his arena is just a completely another level. His perspective on the way the arena works is completely different. And then you got Deadwood Jedi, where his perspective on a clan boss is completely different. And then obviously you got Hell Hades, whose perspective on everything is completely different. Because Hell Hades is not like a general overview, like champion building and stuff like that.
Yeah, just
Manible's arena, Deadwood's clan boss, Cold Brew's like the early using champions which nobody thinks of using sort of things. So everybody's sort of got their own perspective on things, and I think digging into that and reviewing their accounts while speaking to them would be good for the community to actually hear.
so on the collaboration note, it seems like you kind of have the sense that not just the community should be working together, but the content creators should be as well. Um,
Yeah.
I kind of assume that you viewed the Affinity Cup pretty well or pretty high regard then
hmm
for similar. Is it is there anything that you would have done differently about an event like that? Did you think it was a good amount of time? Would you like to see something like that again? Happen sometime soon?
I'd like to see it happen again sometime soon for sure. Um, even bringing like the community into an event like that, I'm not sure how it'd work, but the Affinity Cup was probably a little bit too long. Uh, being as obviously the content creators are very busy. We're all very busy people. We've not got time to sit on an account for 3 weeks and build it up and stuff like that. I think probably 1 week, between 1 week and 2 weeks would have been the good time to have it, because obviously you had people dropping off at the end of that first week and a half. You had people dropping off because of their schedules, they couldn't put enough time into it and stuff. So obviously the incident with Chosen happened where he had to suddenly move an apartment.
Right.
I think a little bit less time, but an event like that again would be absolutely fantastic. Yeah.
So it does seem interesting that there is all of the interest in community run events where we're not hearing a whole lot about stuff like that from Valerium. Um,
hmm
do you, do you think that that's surprising? Or I mean, obviously it's hard to kind of get into someone's head and really understand their reasoning for things, but how do you feel that Polarium's doing in the sense of taking advantage of the fact that they have a good community? Taking advantage in a good way, I mean, right? Like fostering that. Like, do you think
Um,
that they're doing anything at all or could be doing better or what?
no, they could be doing a lot better as well. Half the problem is they don't listen. So the content creators are put there for a reason, right? We're put there to relay to the owner of the game or the community managers or whatever they might be, the community feedback, our community feedback. Right? We all have our own individual communities. Um, we relay them to the community managers. They then relay them to the game designers or what have you, and nothing changes. So they could be doing that a lot better, as in listening to the community a lot better. Obviously, the amount of money that goes into the game with the pack prices and stuff like that. That's been a long term topic for everybody. Another topic obviously is where's the Void Tower, where's the Hydra boss, where's this, where's that sort of thing. It seems like they're concentrating on stuff that's already in the game, like the 3v3 arena. we already had Classic Arena. We didn't need another arena. It's a good asset to the game. Obviously now they've added the Bazaar shop, so it's worth it a little bit now. But they probably should have focused on other things first before bringing this in.
I think that's a fair criticism. Um, to try to get back to a positive note, what have you liked that Plarium's done? Because I mean, they've done a lot. Just in general, and people disagree with the direction they go with some things, but what what do you think that they're doing right? Because I mean, they can't be doing everything wrong.
No, I mean the game generally speaking is a good game. Obviously, we're only knocking the game because we've been playing it for a long time. We've not really seen many changes, or they're changing things the wrong way. But they are doing things right as well, like you say. So uh, things like when they stopped the clan boss hopping, obviously that was a good implementation into the game. Um, they're bringing new champions into the game now through the login systems. They're trying to keep up with the login systems. The battle pass too, obviously, would be very nice, but eventually they'll get to it. It's not that they're just saying like, look, we're not going to do it. They will get to it. They're testing it. They're doing whatever they're doing with it. It's everything's not completely bad. Don't get me wrong. I mean, you've got the dungeons, which are still very good. The faction wars is decent. It's when they first released it, it wasn't very good at all, but they've improved it. They've made it a little bit easier. The the arena, the tag team arena isn't that bad anymore because they've brought in the bazaar, the shop, so it actually gives it some utilization to it. I've been buying these accessories, these silver accessories, to give them a go. The new free sets that they've released. So yeah, I mean, obviously the game has its good things. The graphics are the best graphics in this type of game, for starters. Um, they do have good things in the game implementations. They've got a lot of different varieties of thing that you can be doing in the game with the clan bosses, with your arena teams and stuff like that. So it's not like it's short of content. I think it's people don't want to explore and try out new things within the game because we just want new content, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does, and it's interesting because I'm definitely a newer player in the game. I mean, I've been playing for about 2 months myself,
Hmm.
which obviously is much less time than you have. So I have a different perspective, and I guess a question I have for you is, as a content creator, how do you try to keep in mind um, the difference in your perspective and the difference between that with a mid game player and an early game player or someone that just downloaded it today? Um, how difficult is it for you to try to juggle that in your head when you're answering questions or trying to interact with your viewers and community?
It is very difficult. I'll be honest with you because I've been playing the game for so long, and I've got all of the champions that I could ever need, besides the Rotus and the Seafy, which would be lovely, Valerium, if you're listening. Um, but yeah, when people come in my chat or my YouTube comments or stuff like that, and they ask me, "Oh, what's best for Spider 13 or something like that," and I'm like, I cleared Spider 13 like ages and ages ago. I can't remember this,
Right.
you know. So I think what obviously you've probably seen what Hell Hades is doing. He's doing like a free to play series along with Fixian. I did join in on that in the beginning as well, and then I binned it off because I didn't have enough time to be perfectly honest with you.
Yeah, it's definitely
Uh,
time consuming.
that perspective of things is great to have, but there's no way that you can always know and that we can always answer every single question because it's impossible. Someone could ask, "Oh, is Royal Guard any good for Spider 11?" And we'll be like, "Well, I don't know."
Right.
Try it, find out. You
Yeah.
know,
Because I mean, is it any better than Spider or for Spider 11 than your starter? I have no idea.
Yeah, exactly. Like questions like who's the best starter to go with and stuff like that. Obviously, it's an easy one, but Oh, the questions do get increasingly more difficult. Yes.
Right. So I kind of got through everything that I wanted to ask. Was there anything in specific you wanted to talk about? I know that, like I said, you got quite a bit of community feedback when you said you thought you were going to stop. So I didn't know if there was anything that really kind of speaks to you that you wanted to talk about, or any shout outs you wanted to give.
Well, to be quite honest, I want to shout out the whole of the community. I mean, like I said at the very beginning, the community is the best community that I've ever been a part of. Um, if you don't know the content creators of the likes of Deadwood and Hell Hades, Fiction, and everyone like that, all the big boys, just make sure you give all of the small people, the small content creators, the same love that you give the big ones as well. Because I know obviously the big ones, Chosen, Hell Hades, they're reliant on this because it's now their full-time job,
Right.
and that's a big step to take, a very big step to take, and you've got to have some massive balls to be doing that. I'll be totally honest with you, but yeah, show your support to absolutely everyone. What I generally do, if I see somebody on Twitch, right, and I see that they're streaming Raid Shadow Legends, it doesn't matter what language, where they're from, I will follow them. I will sit in their chat for a little bit. I'll interact with them if I can speak their language. That is, if not, I'll just follow and leave. But I will follow. I'll add them. I'll speak to anybody in the community that wants to speak to me, sort of thing. It's all about just spreading the love throughout all of us. Um, Obviously yesterday it was Saffron's birthday. He had a massive stream yesterday, and you can see how unitized this community actually is. Because as soon as he went live on his stream, he had 300, 400 viewers flooding in just to show love to Saffron because of what he's done for the community and because it's his birthday and everything like that. And I think that should be the same throughout.
Yeah, it was crazy when I logged in and saw that last night. I mean, I knew that it was going to be big. He's been talking about it for a while, and but just like the size that it ended up being, it kind of just blew me away.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. But it also shows. Oh, one thing as well. Obviously, Fiction's 24-hour stream, which he recently done a couple of weeks ago, I think it was.
Yeah, I think it was
Again,
2 weeks ago now.
that shows what the community is capable of. I mean, we raised what £3,800 or something like that at the end of it towards cancer,
Yeah,
and
it was a
that's
crazy
just
amount.
that's mind blowing, and that just proves how much love is within this community. It doesn't matter what size content creator you are. If people get word that you're doing something like that, the community is going to come flooding in.
So,
And I
sorry,
think
go
the
ahead.
main point as well, obviously, I got a bit down because I wasn't getting the views I wanted and stuff like that, which is part of the reason why I sort of binned it and just said, look, I'm not going to be streaming. I'm not going to be doing YouTube anymore. That's it. Bye, sort of thing. But then when messages started flooding in to me, start like saying like, come on, why are you doing that? We all love you, blah blah blah, and stuff like that. I kind of realized like you're right. It's not about the views. It's not about stuff like that. It's about communicating with each other, spreading the love to one another, and just having fun. That's it, really, isn't it? If you can help people along the way, then absolutely great, fantastic.
Yeah, it really is crazy because I've only been streaming and making content for about a month myself, and
Mhm.
I have about five or so consistent viewers.
Yep.
But it doesn't matter. So no matter what night I'm on and streaming, the whole chat is constantly filled. It just constantly keeps going, and that's with just five people watching.
Yeah.
It really is just a crazy community.
Exactly. And then you've got 60 now.
Yeah, I know that's that was definitely unexpected. Um, So, speaking of Fiction's charity stream, that was where I
Yes.
did the first interview. And
Yeah.
when I asked him if he had any shout outs, he almost forgot you. Is there anything you want to say about that? Not that I want to cause any drama, but I'm causing some drama.
I offered him to drive him McDonald's about 5 minutes ago, so I'll just
Yeah, I did
retract
see
that.
that.
No more McDonald's for you, Fixin. He very quickly corrected himself,
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
he?
yeah. Fiction. No, yeah. He felt terrible when he realized he hadn't shouted you out. So, I just had to bring that up. I couldn't help myself.
Well, look, I mean, as I said, we're all very busy. It's easy to forget one another. There's so many content creators as well at the moment. It's difficult to remember everyone.
It's
So
it seems like Hell Hades would like you to bring him some McDonald's now.
is he?
If you're offering.
I got you, how it is. Don't worry, I'm on my way.
So I think unless you have anything else you'd like to talk about, this seems like a good place to wrap it up to me. Um, if there's any
No,
final shout outs you want to give or
no. I
anything like that.
mean, again, just shout out to the whole community, all of the content creators within the system. Uh, Make sure you follow Clueless for his content and Jesus, subscribe to his YouTube channel as well.
Yep. So for all of you that are seeing this on YouTube, I do stream every single night, 7 o'clock Central Time here in America. If you're not sure when that is, it's just when the dailies reset, and that's at twitch.tv/clueless economist. So thanks for hanging out with us tonight, Taco. I really appreciate it. Um, and, the community really appreciates you, so I hope you continue streaming.
Yeah, no worries, man.